The Merry Shipwreck, a little golden classic book. Read by Books for Kids by Flying Dragons, by Georges Duplaix and Thibault Gregory. Life was very peaceful on the barge. Every morning Captain Barnacle would look at the East River and cock his weather eye. He knew whether it would rain before night. When it did rain, the crew huddled around him while he spun a salty yarn about faraway places, shipwrecks and oceans. Why, one would think the world was full of oceans. On clear mornings, after Captain Barnacle had listened to all the shipping news on the radio, he went off to market and to chat with the crew's many friends ashore. But one day, while Captain Barnacle was far away, Mother Mouse crept into the galley, and while she ate a piece of cheese, her little mice were sharpening their teeth on the rope that held the barge fast to the pier. Suddenly, before the parrot could say, "Jack Robinson," the rope snapped, and the barge was heading down the river. What a lark! All the animals hung over the side to wave goodbye to the Captain Barnacle, who was just coming back with his basket. The cow steered, the donkey poled, and the pig waved a towel at all the tugs they passed. They reached the end of the river, and travelling was such fun that no one noticed when the sun slipped under a cloud. The sky grew dark. Soon there was thunder and lightning and wind and rain. Big waves slapped against the barge, rolling it this way and that. The crew bellowed and barked and bleated and mewed for dear life. Finally, after tossing the helpless barge on a rock, the storm passed by. But there they were, shipwrecked and lost at sea, and very unhappy. Only the ducks didn't mind being soaking wet. Many hours passed. At last they heard a boat whistle. "Ship ahoy!" cried the parrot. "Hurrah!" cried all the animals. "We're saved!" Just then the sun came out again, and they saw a red fire boat, which was coming to their rescue. "Come aboard!" cried the fire chief. And whom did they find on the boat but Captain Barnacle? He'd been looking for them everywhere. Soon they were scampering all over the fireboat. The donkey aimed the hose at the sky, the goat paraded the deck in a fireman's hat and boots, and the hens roosted on top of the red funnel. Then, bong, 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 the cabin boy called everybody to dinner. After dinner they went for a ride around the harbour, past ferryboats, tugs, tankers, yachts, battleships, rowboats, coal barges, liners and freighters. But the fireboat, looking like a red and gold circus boat, was far and away the finest of all. At last everyone decided to have a look at the Statue of Liberty, and they sailed right up to it, landing on the little island underneath. "Well, by cracky!" the keeper of the Statue of Liberty exclaimed. "Looks more like Noah's Ark than a fireboat you've got there." On their way back they tied up alongside the battered barge. Poor Captain Barnacle looked very sad indeed. "My poor barge," he sobbed. "She was such a beautiful tub." "Never mind," said the fire chief. "Between your crew and mine we'll soon fix that." The fireman gave the animals lots of bright red paint and a shiny brass bell to hang over the galley door, and they all went to work. When everything was finished, Captain Barnacle was pleased as Punch, and so were the animals. Then they thanked the fireman and clanged their new bell for a last goodbye. The animals were so happy to go home that they sang and shouted all the way up the East River. They made so much noise that their friends on the shore heard them and hurried down to the dock. The butcher was there, and the grocer, and the junkman with his horse. The window cleaner, the mailman, the delivery boy, and the good-humour man were there. So was Tony the fruit man, along with all the boys and girls and alley cats in the neighbourhood. "It's good to be home," said Captain Barnacle, shaking hands around. "Let's have a party." "Yes, let's," everybody shouted. "Hip, hip, hooray!" They decorated the barge with Chinese lanterns, and Captain Barnacle cooked the best supper ever cooked in his little galley. Just as he was ringing the bell, the fireman arrived and joined the party. Before long, everyone was dancing around the deck and singing songs in the moonlight. And that night, while Captain Barnacle and his crew were dreaming rosy dreams, the little mice were also quietly asleep. They would never, never again sharpen their teeth on a rope that held them so safely to shore. If you enjoyed this book, please hit subscribe. We'd love to share lots more lovely books with you.